I'd like to send it over to our executive producer, Adam Wirt. Adam, I understand we have a question.
Yeah, good morning, Gary. Jessica
morning.
actually sent us this question from Facebook. It's about driver safety tips for her daughter. It says, hi, Gary. I watch your show every morning, and I find it to be very helpful. I was hoping you could give me a few safety tips for my teenage daughter who will be driving soon. I'm concerned about her trying to use her cell phone and text while she's behind the wheel. She asks if you have any suggestions for her, Gary.
Yeah, that's a great question. Jessica, thanks for the question. Thanks for watching the show. Thank you, Adam, for assisting with that. I tell you, whenever I'm driving the interstate in the morning, without fail, I want to see someone trying to put on makeup in the rearview mirror, or they're talking on their phone, or they're texting. Last week, I even saw a young woman curling her hair at a red light. She had her hair curler plugged into the dash and was styling her hair. Unreal. And all of these are dangerous practices. Well, let's talk about distracted driving for a moment. And Jessica, I certainly understand and appreciate the fact that you're concerned about your daughter. Distracted driving is any activity that occupies or diverts a driver's attention away from the road. And all distractions are dangerous. All distractions can be fatal too, and they not only endanger the driver, but they also endanger any passengers that may be in the vehicle, other drivers, and potentially pedestrians. Now, there are three types of distracted driving. One, manual. This happens when you take your hands off of the wheel or your hands are being occupied by something else, like using a phone or adjusting the radio. Visual. This happens when you take your eyes off of the road ahead. Or three, cognitive. When your mind is not completely focused on driving. I receive phone calls constantly from people who've been injured because a driver had their attention on something other than the road ahead of them. And what is the #1 cause of distracted driving? Texting. And it's closely followed by the at-fault driver trying to dial or talk on a cell phone. And here are some shocking facts about distracted driving. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, each day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and more than 1,153 people are injured in crashes that are reported to involve a distracted driver. In 2012, 3,328 people were killed in crashes involving a distracted driver. But let's take a closer look at texting while driving. In a 2011 study by the CDC, 31% of U.S. drivers that were ages between 18 and 64 reported that they had read or sent text messages or email messages while driving. 69% said that they had talked on their cell phones while driving. According to the 2011 National Occupant Protection Use Survey, at any given daylight moment across America, approximately 660,000 drivers are using cell phones or manipulating some kind of electronic device while driving. Now listen to this. This is extremely important. Sending or receiving a text takes a driver's eyes from the road for an average of 4.6 seconds. And that may not sound like a lot, but think about it this way. That is the equivalent of driving the length of an entire football field blind at 55 miles per hour. The age group with the greatest proportion of distracted drivers are those between 15 and 19. Now, Jessica, here are some preventive measures to go over with your daughter about cell phone usage. To prevent distracted driving, the Department of Transportation recommends that drivers turn off electronic devices and put them out of reach before starting to drive. And this is where you can be a good role model for your daughter and set the good example for her. Talk with your teens about responsible driving. Speak up when you're a passenger and your driver starts using an electronic device or their phone while driving. Offer to make the call for the driver so his or her full attention stays on the driving task on the road ahead. Here's something else. Always wear your seatbelt. Seatbelts are the best defense against other unsafe drivers. Another thing you can do is download the app called Driver's Safe Mode or Drive Safe Mode. It blocks the phone's usage while the car is in motion, and you see it here on the screen, Drive Safe Mode. And if the app is disabled, it will send you or anyone else on the list a notification that it has been turned off. No matter how safe you are behind the wheel, you can't help what other drivers are doing in their vehicles. So you always have to pay attention. Pay attention when you're behind that wheel. If you or a loved one has been injured because of a distracted driver, just pick up the phone and give us a call right now. 770-934-8000. Our intake specialists are standing by right now to take your call and to speak with you. And please understand this, the consultation is free. It's completely confidential. There is no obligation. I encourage you, if you don't call us, please call somebody to help you with your claim. You owe it to yourself, to your family, to get the help you need. We would be more than happy to help. 770-934-8000 and more of the Gary Martin Hayes Show. We'll be back in a moment.